All right, I want to welcome you all here with me today. I am Cami Pentecost Dempsey, and I am your new Senior VP of Field Development, and I couldn't be more excited to work with you today as we just announced the Go promos and the Go Fast promotion. Who is ready to take their business to a whole nother level? I know I am just chomping at the bit. I'm so ready to watch stories just blow out of conference, and nobody is positioned any better than you right now, our emerging leaders. As a Ruby and an Emerald, you are on the cusp of that diamond level, which is, Mark says, it's a license to print money. When you go diamond, there's nothing different other than they start paying you more to do what you already did. So again, while I love these Go promotions, let's not lose sight of our compensation plan. It is the best compensation plan in the industry. It has not been changed since conception, other than adding more money to it. And why can we do that? Because that's what debt-free companies do. Now, for those of you that were with us at 2017, you got to wet your whistle with a little bit of the comp plan. If you haven't yet, print off the compensation plan. Start reading through it. I can promise you there'll be some overwhelming pieces, but there'll be aha moments. And as you continue to promote through the levels, more of it's gonna start making sense. As your income starts growing, keep in mind, the Go bonus and the Go Fast bonuses are simply throwing gas on the fire and adding urgency for you to get to levels where you're really going to get some substantial income. And I'm just really excited for each and every one of you to claim that diamond bonus and beyond. And you have, if you're not brand new, which if you're on this call, you're not, you're a Ruby or an Emerald, or higher, because I know there were some leaders sneaking in on this Zoom. They wanted to know what it was all about. Then you have till the end of March to get your Go or your Go Fast bonus, okay? So you got this. I believe in you. You can do this. And to help you do this, we have done our February goal sheet. And if you haven't printed this off yet, do it right away, because this is going to be, this is going to be your tool to stay organized. And we did the Jumpstart January sheets, and you have that now that you can file away, but refer to it when you're looking at your contacts and who you were talking to. And but now we're going to move to February. And what are we going to do this February? Well, let's go over the sheet first before we dig in too much. I'm really excited to meet here with you today. Do you know you are the future leaders of our company? And we're not a household name yet, but we will be one day. And in order to go beyond $1 billion, in order to be the history-making company we know that we are, we need you. And so while you might not be a diamond yet, it's just a matter of when, not if, okay? And you get to determine just how fast you want to go coming out of 2017. Don't take the momentum coming out of conference does for your business, does for your confidence, and does for your belief. Use that, borrow that belief that you built at conference to propel you into that next promotion. Use that belief and confidence that was built at conference to help your team hit that next level. And this Go bonus is going to help do that. So let's look at how we maximize our time and make the most coming out of 2017. Well, first of all, you're going to want to get another event on your calendar. All right, so go to events.itworks.com and look at the calendar. Get a One Team, One Mission minimum on your calendar. They're happening all over in the area for you and your team, so make sure you get plugged in. And driving 2 or 3 hours, that's no problem. Invite your team to come along with you and look at all that team time you have. You could make it a power hour in the car and do a lot of contacting together. You could make it a dream building car ride where you guys are dreaming bigger and bolder together. Make use of that time. And then as you're coming back from the meeting, have fun and process the event together. Share the aha moments and the stories. And then again, continue to contact. And quite frankly, take your guests with you. Let them have a taste of our culture and how we work together, that you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And spending that time with you and the team is just going to show them exactly that. So first thing I want you to do, print this off. Second thing I want you to do is figure out the next event you're going to attend. One Team, One Missions. and which boot camp. Pick at least one boot camp that is in your area. Come to all three if you can. I definitely want you at all three if you can be there, especially if you have pockets of people in those areas. You go and they'll come meet you there, and you'll be able to learn and experience that event together. And our boot camps are going back to basics, back to business, back to boot camp. And on Friday night of our boot camps, we are going to have our leadership time with our very own coach, Mark Pentecost. And you have to be a diamond or higher to attend that exclusive event. And each one of you has the opportunity to get there by March for Dallas, in April for Phoenix, or May for Grand Rapids. And again, don't just go to one. If you can go to all three, get to all three and get people on your team to all three. That's where you win, and you win big. All right. I believe people see and sense a culture on a larger scale than a wrap party or a one-on-one or a Facebook Live when they go to One Team, One Missions. But then obviously that gets greater as they plug into the boot camps, the mini boot camps, and then green carpet. They announced green carpet. So go to the events calendar and get your green carpet ticket. Get your team getting their green carpet tickets and get rooms and reserved to be at that event in June down in Florida. There'll be two events back-to-back days because we know we're going to sell out the one. And based on the attendance at One 2017, I can guarantee they're both going to sell out. So get your tickets. Okay. All right, so what are we going to do for our Goal Getters February sheet? Well, first of all, write down 10 names of new people you want to talk to about our products, okay? 10 new names. And you may have to dig deep. You may have to pull out those old yearbooks. You may have to go through your Facebook feed and see who's there, or go through your Facebook feed who actually connects you with someone from your past that you completely forgot about. Listen, I had been in this business for 10 years when out of nowhere, my best buddy from teaching, and we coached together, reached out to me and said, how come you never told me about this? And I thought to myself, how come you've never asked? And I just assumed he saw what I was doing on social media, and he didn't. I just assumed they were talking about me in the teacher's lounge, and they weren't. So don't assume anything. Make contact with any and every relationship you've had in your past and your present. So we're just helping you be intentional this month with writing down 10 new names of people you need to talk to about the product. Get them to a wrap party, get them to a one-on-one, get them on a Facebook Live. I think you know what I mean. 10 new names of people you want on your team, your dream team. Who do you want on your team, and why do you want them there? I love writing their name down and writing down a couple characteristics about them that makes me want to have them on my team. Because quite frankly, you want people that are ambitious. You want people that are hungry to change their life. You want people, don't just put people on here that are broke. Sometimes broke people have a broken mind. And I'm not saying don't put them on there, but look for people who are ready to change their life, or look for people that you would love to spend time with. Make sure those names are on your team for sure. And then a minimum of 5 people you need to follow up with from your Jumpstart January sheet. That's why it's really important to keep track of these and file that away. So again, it's an active hundreds list. Now, I know many of you went into conference reaching out to some of your prospects and letting them know, I want to contact you as soon as it's over because I want to share with you all the new announcements that are made. Great. Now is the time to start contacting those people and getting your teams to do the same. All right, then we want to make sure that we're inviting all these people to Facebook Lives, to wrap parties, team wrap parties, asking them to host a wrap party. Don't be afraid to call out favors. All right, and then getting them on a 3-way call or getting them to a One Team, One Mission, right? Now, I want you to set some goals in the areas of blitzing, wrap parties, and social media. Now, as a Ruby and an Emerald, I want you to do one of 2 things. You're an emerging leader. That means you have a line of leadership above you that cares about you. How would you want your team to act? Would you want your team to sit there and wait for you to contact them? Or would you want them contacting you? I have always said the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and call me, call me, call me. If you're not calling me, then I know you're not interested. And so I want to encourage you to let your line of sponsorship, your diamond leadership know what you want this month and how bad you want it. And I want you to say this: put me in the game, coach, put me in the game. All right, you are ready, and it's your time to play big. Make that contact. When is your next Zoom that I can jump on and you can coach me up? This is what I want. Will you coach me on how to get there? Do you have any ideas of how I can go about getting there? Brainstorm with that line of leadership, blitzing goals, strategies for social media, strategies for wrap parties. Listen, if you've got a local team, you should be having weekly team wrap parties. So you're partying all week long and having one-on-ones and doing three-way calls, and then you've got your weekly team wrap party in addition to other wrap parties, launches, and then that builds into your monthly one team, one mission. Now that's a system that works. So reach up. But then don't forget, as a Ruby and an Emerald, that you have a team that is with you, that is watching you, and you need to take massive action and show your team how to build this business. What do I mean show your team? Tell them? No. Don't tell them. Do it and allow them to be a part of that process with you. So how do I do that? I'll put out on social media when I'm doing Zooms, power hours, contacting time. I'll put out on social media, out blitzing somebody, wearing my gear, never leaving home without it on. I show my team through social media, my team. That's us, right? That's all of us. I show you guys that I'm getting to events. I'm hosting events as a triple diamond and above. You know, people want to do what you do, not what you say. And they will do what you do because they're watching you. They want to know, are they the kind of leader that isn't willing to ask me to do something that they're not willing to do? That's the kind of person I want to follow. And I want you to challenge yourself right now in the beginning of 2017 to be that kind of leader for your team. Okay, so come together and collaborate goals and set goals for blitzing, wrap parties, and social media. Then don't forget, we're holding you accountable to complete your steps to success. So if I were leading out loud, the minute I've got a customer, which, you know, the minute, like, so today I got a customer, put their name down and then snap a selfie and put that out on social media, you know, 3 more customers to go and 3 more new team members. And if you're looking to change your life, I've got space or something, you know, because then both your followers and your team are watching what you do. When someone joins your team, welcome them on Facebook, welcome them on Instagram, okay? Just be real and just show what it looks like day in, friendship, fun, and freedom, and how to build this business, okay? Don't, you know, nobody wants to see a billboard spam come across their Facebook feed or their Instagram feed. All right, so now switch it over because we've taken things to a whole nother level this month, and we have provided you with scripts for recruiting, scripts for wrap parties, and scripts for social media to be thoughtful. And we collaborated with ambassadors to get these scripts put together. Chances are you have additional scripts that you can think of in addition to these, but this is just to get you started on those contacting Zooms, those power hours, sitting in a coffee shop and everybody's on their phone messaging, voice memoing, calling their people, not just spamming them with long messages and throwing up a post on social media. That's not what we're talking about. And as an emerging leader, you need to lead from the front in this area. So set your goals, okay? And if it were me on your team pages, I would, once your Go February sheet is filled out, I would put a copy of it, and not necessarily like the phone numbers of all your contacts, I'm not saying that, but that your team can see that you've done it, and they need to make sure they've done it, okay? All right, so after this, oh, also the video that went out on Wired today to the masses, I actually also began contacting with them. So you know what? Let's do that now. You're a Ruby, you're an Emerald, you're an emerging leader. It only takes 20 seconds of insane courage for something great to happen. And I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure if you're anything like me, you still have people on your chicken list and you get nervous to contact them. I know I was, and yet I had a lot more strength and courage to send that message, to make that contact when I was sitting around a coffee shop table with a bunch of team members, when I was just fresh coming out of a one team, one mission where Black Diamond Joel Dunn says, you know, use the 7-foot rule. Anybody that comes within 7 feet, get a Blitz card. I'm like, oh yeah. Anyone within 7 feet, I'm going to hand them a Blitz card, right? So use the confidence and the belief of what we've got going on right now. 850 of your sideline sisters and brothers all working together because we're all on a mission to change our lives. So let's go ahead and send 2 messages right now. Pull out your phone. I'm going to tell you exactly what to say. Remember, all you need is 20 seconds of insane courage for something great to happen. So let's do that right now. Let's not just message somebody that you don't really want on your team. Let's message somebody that you are dying to have on your team, okay? That person that you know is going to be your next runner. And if they would join you right now, that go bonus and the go fast bonus, they'd be in that'd be a done deal. It'd be over. So this is what I want you to send them. If you've talked to them before about the business in any way, shape, or form, if you've invited them to a rep party, if you've told them what you're doing, then I would send this message to that person. What's it going to take to get you to join my team? What's it going to take? That's it. What's it going to take? Okay? Are you sending that right now? I want to know if you're sending that. I want to see that in the chat room. Remember, it only takes 20 seconds of insane courage. Borrow my belief. Borrow my belief and send that message, okay? Now, here's the second message, and this is for that person that you want on your team so badly. I mean, you're dying to have them on your team, but you just don't know what to say to bring it up. You might be like me. Remember, I assumed that teacher knew that this is what I did, and I assumed he would reach out if he was interested, and the whole time he never saw it. He had not been on Facebook, and he had definitely not seen my posts on Facebook. So for the very little bit of time he had been on it. So with that said, this is what I want you to send that person. Are you ready? Tell me you're ready. I want to see that you're ready. Oh, I love it. I did it. Okay, good. You're ready. You're ready. I see it. Okay. This is what I want you to send. I want you to send this message. If I could do this business with anybody, and I mean anybody, I want it to be you. If I could do this business with anybody, and I do mean anybody, I would want that person to be you. Send that message. You could do a voice memo, or you could send the text or the messenger, okay? Send it just like that. Now listen, you've never reached out to them before. They might quite frankly come back and go, what business? They might say, what business? Or they might go to your Facebook or your Instagram and go think, gosh, what do they do? I didn't even know they were doing anything. Now, how sad is that, right? But that's okay. That's a reality. And it's never too soon to start doing these things, okay? It's never too late. It's never too soon. The time is perfect and everything happens at the right time. So send that message. Now, I love it. Teresa just said she sent it to 5 people. Now, that's taking things to a whole nother level. That is going for legendary. That is playing big. That is somebody who's committed. And that's exactly what I want you to do. I want you to look at these scripts and send these to multiple people that is appropriate. And if you're nervous, if you're scared, let me remind you, they don't pay your bills. And until they do, what if they say no? What if they say, leave me alone? Chances are they probably weren't a great friend, but here's what I can promise you. They weren't, the answer was always no if you never were going to ask. The answer was always no. So why not ask? Why not now? Okay? And this, what I just did with you, you can do with people on your team. You may say, Cammie, I'm a Ruby, but I really only have one person working. I'd focus on that one person. I thank God every day for Debbie Sassett coming into my life, because while it took me 6 months to sign my first distributor, Debbie Sassett and I, from that 6 month on, went out and had so much fun. All of a sudden, a couple years later, we turned around and we were ambassador. So focus on the ones that do want it. Have coffee with them. Get on the phone call with them. Do Zooms with them. Have power hours. Accountability to taking massive action. And what does massive action look like? I'm glad you asked. So what does massive action look like? Well, if you don't have ideas to build your business, or you're running out of ideas, then we put together ways, additional ways you can build your business. Heck, collaborate with some people on your team page and develop more. You don't have to stop with these. There's so many ways to build the business. Don't stop here. This is just to generate some creativity and give you some new, fresh ways to build this business. Now, now that we're talking about group pages, can I have a little talk with you for a minute here? Can we talk about something? Because I think we need to have a talk, like a real talk. I think that's what Ronnie Brown calls it, real talk. Yes, we need to have a real talk. You ready? I'm drinking my cold coffee, by the way. Does anybody else drink cold coffee? I swear, I make my coffee and then I sit it down. I get really excited and thinking about something. By the time I pick it back up, it's cold. All right, here we go. Let's have a real talk. You're an emerging leader. That means you're a ruby or an emerald. You do not have any business starting your own personal group team page. Absolutely not. Not only are you setting yourself up to work harder, you're setting yourself and your team up to be isolated and to miss out on one of the biggest blessings of this business, and that's the sideline relationships. That's the learning from each other. That's that healthy competition and pushing each other. That's the accountability, that all that comes within a team page. Now, I get that you want to be your own leader, and I love that. Then be you on that team page. And remember when I told you to reach up to your leadership and say, put me in, coach? Ask for a role. Say, I want to be more vocal on our team page. What might that look like? Come up with ways together for you to exercise your leadership muscle. You may not be ready, but I've asked them to put you in charge anyways, because the only way you grow is to do new things and to stretch yourself beyond anything you ever thought you could do. And when you do it, it may not be pretty. I can promise you the first time they asked me to speak on stage, it wasn't pretty. Sometimes today it's not pretty, but I did it anyways. And the product of that was my confidence grew. I got more excited. I got more passionate. People were telling me they had aha moments that stemmed around something I said. And I got more excited and more brave to build my business. So that's what we want to happen. We want to work together because we are better together. Now, us leaders have had a talk about putting you guys in position to have a bigger role. But you also need to take some responsibility and reach up. All right? So that's our little coaching huddle for the day. Take massive action when you get off this call today to do that. All right, now, before we end our time together, I want to talk to you about what this looks like heading out of our time together, okay? Where's my list? Okay, so you're going to fill out your goal sheet and you're going to show your team filling out your goal sheet. You're going to get with people on your team, make sure they're filling out their goal sheet. You're going to be very bold and vocal about what you are going for or going fast for. Maybe you print off a diamond chart or a double diamond chart and you take a selfie with it and say, I'm going for. Maybe take a screenshot of your Wired app of what you've got left to do and when you have to do it by, and put it out there. Talk about accountability and also talk about inspiring. There is not enough people today that are going after their dreams and their goals. And when you do that, you're showing people that dreaming and going for it is still alive, and that breathes life into people. And I promise you it'll breathe life into your business. The team you've already got and people that have been watching are going to want to jump on board with somebody who's actually going after it. All right, I want you to put that selfie out there. By when, what you're going for, and you know what? You're going to have to know, if you're going for diamond, how many distributors do you need, and about how many customers is that to get all those legs qualified? Because at the end of the day, you might be your runner until you find that next runner, and that's okay. And you can still do it. I can promise you that. All right, so know the number of distributors and customers that are still needed, which means how many parties do I need to do? How many one-on-ones? How many blitz cards am I handing out? It goes back to the goals that we're setting on the goal sheet, right? All right, so here's another question. Again, your team is watching everything you do. You can tell them all day long to go to work. You can tell them all day long to prioritize their business. But if you are not, then neither will they. So I want you to look at your calendar, and obviously you're going to have non-negotiables. My son's birthday is tomorrow, and that is a non-negotiable for me. However, if his birthday would have fallen over this last weekend, we would have had an awesome birthday party when mom got back. Okay, so you can do anything, but you can't do everything. And you have to decide this month, where is your time going to go? We all have the same 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I heard people on stage that went ambassador in a year with a full-time job and 3 little kids hugging their ankles. So there is no excuses. We are all busy. It is easier to make excuses than it is to make plans. And not only should you be making plans for you, but your team needs you to make plans. So make plans. What are your non-negotiables? And then how can you prioritize your business in between that? Setting up your post at the beginning of the month, having your team parties, your parties in between, your launches, your one-on-ones, and your live Facebooks. Whew. So I'm really excited because I am ready to take action. I'm ready for you to take action, send lots of messages. You know, in my humble opinion, do some personal development every day. Make sure you are having wrap parties, one-on-ones, three-way calls, getting to One Team, One Mission, and power hours all month long, including your team to participate with you. If your team is smaller and you want that collaboration, get a sideline sister to partner with in the interim, and then that's accountability as well. So I don't know if you can tell, I am super fired up and I am so excited. I want to leave you with a couple things. And don't forget to get your selfies up with the chart of where you're going so we can see that. Tag Mark, Mike, Pam, myself, the people within your team that are going to be a part of that plan to help you get there, or your diamond line of sponsorship to let them know that you are serious about your promotion. Heck, you might be a big part of their promotion, and then they're going to give you a little bit more time and attention. I can promise you that. Be loud. Get yourself active on those team pages and stop starting team pages. It's not too late to shut that baby down and plug in with the larger group. It is too soon as an emerging leader. Heck, I tell diamonds, do not start your own page yet. Absolutely not. And I almost discourage double diamonds from doing it unless their team is just massive. So I'm going to leave you with this. The tragedy of life does not lie in not reaching your goal. The tragedy lies in having no goal to reach for. It isn't a calamity to die with dreams unfulfilled. It's a calamity to not dream. It is not a low disgrace to reach for the stars and not get there, but to have no stars to reach for. So the failure is never in aiming too high, but in aiming low and hitting it every time. So let's decide right now. You should have decided 2 days ago, but if you're not, it's never too late to start. Let's decide right now to go all in and to play bigger and better than we've ever played yet up to this point. Just when you think you couldn't give it anymore, I know if you reach a little deeper, you can play bigger. When I was coaching and we were in halftime, it didn't matter what the scoreboard said. I said to the girls, if you give it everything you got, when that final bell rings, you're going to feel good because you're going to know you did everything you can. And I can promise you this, when 2017 ends, if you do what we're asking you to do, you stay plugged in and you prioritize your time, you are going to be so good with wherever you land. Chances are you're going to blow your own darn mind with how far you get, because I truly believe sometimes we doubt what we are worthy of. And myself, your diamonds, your double diamonds, your triple diamonds, all the way up to black diamonds, we believe in you. Mark, Mike, and Pam, we believe in you. So take those selfies, put it out there, say, Mark, I'm committed, I'm legendary, I'm going to go fast, whatever it is that your goal is, put it out there, tag us, and know that while you're in business for yourself, you are not by yourself, and you have a family around you cheering you on to reach for that goal that you're going for this month. Whether you're going fast, go for it, okay? Just go for it. I am so glad you joined us today, and we'll be in touch soon.